Building Safety Act is obviously going to have a significant impact on the skills and the competence of the industry. How prepared do you think industry generally is for the Act?
We're a million miles away from where we need to be. We literally at the beginning of a process that should have begun years ago.
Well, there's a lot of work that as you know, we've started and we're supporting others on with the competence frameworks. They tend to be a little bit hidden from employers. The real things are the skills and the training things that we need to put in place to help people to build those competencies. But I think the challenge for us goes beyond creating the training and is actually changing the motivations and the attitudes of the industry to safety, and how we drive greater appetite within industry to achieve competence. I don't know whether you've got any insights on that.
You know, the Building Safety Act talks about legal compliance. My concern is clients aren't ready. Many don't understand their new obligation, and many still think they can delegate their way out. So there's lots of resource out there already about building safety, golden thread. But our challenge is culture. How do we start inspiring that change? We need to start boldly sharing our perspective, sharing our knowledge, but we have to make it about the person. And I think that's where CITB can start to map that journey. I'm not fazed by the fact that we need to start helping people learn. Is there an understanding that we all have to upskill? Some, in fact many, still think it's got nothing to do with them, largely because we're talking about high-rise residential buildings. The principle of the Building Safety Act will apply to every project, right?
So you'd be hoping to see a change in industry adopting competence themselves more as a direction of travel for them rather than just a regulated world.
You know, I say that as a chartered surveyor, we have 20 hours per annum CPD we have to do. I want to help CITB introduce that culture into the sector.
Just on the subject of the motivation of clients, which is clearly an issue, what do you think CITB or others can do to try and drive that change of behaviour in client?
The client is the most important person, but some clients still think they can delegate this obligation. So CITB and others have a role to play around educating stakeholders generally. From a client perspective, I think there's just a lot of denial. That motivation, it's got to be storytelling. You know, who is leading that conversation at the moment? It should be agencies like CITB. It should be professional bodies like CIC, CLC, RICS, REBA, ICE. Many still don't understand the criticality of what this legislation really means, right? So sharing stories, providing access to case studies should be what's happening. I'm disappointed because it's just happening at such a slow rate.